Hey y'all, welcome to Black Mommas Do Science. This is a channel that I do with my son. Every week we will be exploring science, and hopefully this will help you get your kids excited in STEM. Our experiment today is all about how can we get oil and water to mix. So we are going to be exploring all the different liquids and which one has the magic trick to get oil and water to mix. All right, y'all, the materials and ingredients that you will need for this experiment are really easy. You should have a lot of this stuff at home. If not, Amazon is your friend. I definitely got a lot of that stuff there. But we have this really cool book that had a lot of experiments in it. And so in that book and kit, it had all of the ingredients, test tubes, etc. that we needed. So we didn't need to go buy extra. But again, if you don't have this kit, I'll also link that down below. You can just buy the test tubes and extra stuff off of Amazon. So those materials / ingredients you'll need are water, you will need oil, you'll also need vinegar, lemon juice, and lastly, you will need dishwashing soap. So the extra supplies that we had on hand / came in the kit for us are small test tubes. You'll need 3 of them for this experiment. Then you'll also need a funnel. We used the funnel a little bit, but if you're a great pourer and your accuracy is on point, you don't need a funnel. And then you'll also need a pipette. Again, if you can pour things, your kid is good at that, you don't need those last 2, but definitely these small test tubes are a necessity. Okay, we have our materials ready. We are ready to go ahead and try our experiment. What we're going to do is pour 5 milliliters of water into our first test tube. So this is great to have your kids learn how to measure things out. Hopefully you have a little instrument that you can measure 5 milliliters out. If not, guesstimate. That, sometimes it comes down to that. Once you have your water in your first test tube, what you'll do next is then you will add 5 milliliters of oil into that exact same test tube. Once you've done that, you will pour vinegar into the test tube until it reaches almost the top. So this is a pro tip. Make sure you don't fill it all the way to the top because you want to be able to close your test tube. If you get it too close to the top, it won't close. From experience, trust me. Once you have your ingredients in there, go ahead, shake up your test tube, and you are going to observe it. So this kit that we had this cute little notebook so that Dax can write down his observations of what happened in the test tube with the water, the oil, and the vinegar. So put down in the comments down below what happened to your test tube with the oil, water, and vinegar. Did it mix well? How did it do? Next, we are going to go to test tube number 2. So in the second test tube, what you're going to do is pour 5 milliliters of water and then another 5 milliliters of oil. Then you will lastly pour in lemon juice until it gets close to the top. Once you've done that, close it up, shake it up, write down your observations, leave a comment down below. What happened to your oil and your water and your lemon juice? Did it mix? Did it not mix? What happened? Then in our last and our third test tube, what you will do is follow the same instructions that you did for the first 2. So 5 milliliters of water, 5 milliliters of oil, and then you'll add at the top your dishwashing soap. So once you do that, close up your test tube, shake it up, tell us what happened. Did the oil and water mix together now that it has the soap? What happened? Dax, he scribbled down his observations. He was like, I think this happened, Mom. So This is a great way to get your kids involved and to learn how to observe changes that they see in their science experiment. And so we really love this part of this kit. All right, y'all, if this is your first time with Black Mommas Do Science, we are so grateful you're here and we hope you are having fun doing science with your kids. Make sure to like, leave a comment, and even subscribe to the channel, and share this with another mama, and hopefully she'll get excited about science with her kids. Now let's get to the science behind our experiment. All right, y'all, we are here with the science behind our experiment today. So we tried out 3 different mixtures of oil and water by adding a different liquid into each test tube. So what was so special about the oil, the water, and the dishwashing soap mixture? Why did that mix well? So basically, soap has special properties that allow it to mix with both water and oil. So when they are mixed together, the water, the oil, and the dishwashing soap, the color changes and it forms a kind of bridge between the particles and makes this really cool special mixture, and it's called emulsion. So why is emulsion important? I think there are a whole bunch of different ways that we see emulsion in our day-to-day life. Obviously, if you mix oil and water, normally it won't mix very well, or it will for a short time depending on how hard you stir it. But there are different times, even in cooking. Mayonnaise has a lot to do with that, where oil and water wouldn't normally mix, but they're mixed together in mayonnaise. So you'll see that in your day-to-day life. Maybe point out some examples to your kids and show them that their science experiment is working in their day-to-day life, and hopefully that'll get them more and more excited about trying new things. So now that we know why our soap and our water and our oil mix together, and why dishwashing soap is so special to get those 2 things that normally don't combine, get them to mix, what other liquids can maybe help oil and water mix? Let us know in the comments. Did you try some more test tubes? Did you try the experiment again? We just tried it one other time with a couple of different liquids, and I mean just find random things like Coke or maybe, honey, something. Let us know how that went for you, and we really hope you enjoy this experiment. I definitely recommend getting this kit. It has a ton of experiments, so you will see a ton more from us from this kit. It has a lot that your kids might be interested in, and so we hope to see you next time. Bye, y'all.